Ladies and gentlemen, a little Spaceball humor. Spaceballs, the engine, and I am calling it done and done. The previous video of this showed the basic construction and layout of the wall mount piece. This video is the completed Spaceball engine. So, uh, last I left off, I once I got everything assembled, sanded down, I went in and added some details here and there. A lot of it is the EVA foam, just cut up squares and everything, just to break up the I won't say monotony of the pieces. Trying to give it just a little bit of detail everywhere, but not try to give it a whole lot of detail, if that makes sense. Because the actual filming miniature has just a bunch of agreeable model kit parts glued on it, and there's really no way to identify it. You can pick out a few pieces here and there, but it's so much shadows and all that, you'd have to actually see the physical model to identify the parts. So, with that being said, I kind of just added, there's some little bombs on the inside here. I know it's hard to see the shadows on the end. There's actually some for the engines, uh, tires that I just glued on the inside. Again, you can see it in person, probably not on camera, really can't. But that's just like the show. I mean, it was heavily shadowed and uh, hard to identify. So, with the EVA foam, you have to prime it with the heat gun. It actually, when you shoot it with the heat gun, it closes the cells on the foam. And then for primer, for paint, got to use plastic dip. So I prime the entire model, and then you can paint foam with I want to say a lacquer, but if you have experience painting with an enamel on I want to say a soft surface, it tends to be tacky. But I used Tamiya Royal Gray here, and I just misted it on the model, just a couple of coats. So with the black plastic dip plus the Tamiya spray, gave it a pre-shading, and it gave it a nice, I want to say, Star Wars-esque grayish color, and it resembles the ship pretty close. So uh, once I got that painted, and just I went in with the airbrush and picked out a few little shadows here and there, just my little style of painting, and that was it. That was very simple. And then I didn't do a decal. I actually found the bumper sticker and just uh, scaled it down to fit the size that I got for the bumper here, and glued it on with basically white glue, and called it good. So, one thing about the model kit parts, you might see some on here. Just I tried to make them uniform and just very random. Again, not just extra sprues of kits that I've acquired over the years. Taking a few parts, you always see certain bombs and just stuff that I thought would give it detail, but not overly, not entirely accurate. But it does give it the appeal of the. It does give it make it look like the Spaceball engine, from the back. Again, if I ever wanted to go back and light it, probably could. But anyway, I think it's a nice little piece to hang on the wall. Something you just don't see every day, and it pays tribute to probably one of the greatest movies ever made. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. Finished Spaceballs, the engine. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.